Morning. Looking a bit better than it forecast really at the minute. We had a bit of rain and thunderstorm pass through last night, so it made this a bit potentially a bit squidgier than I hoped for. It might alter the plan slightly as I go along, but can't remember the name of it originally. Parked just there. This is the main Ringinglow road, so you got Burbage Rocks and Stanage car park over to the west of us there. That's ox stones just sticking out the to the side of the trees there. Carry on there, takes you through to Sheffield, and I'm just on this path here. Now, on here there's supposed to be a wreck of a Blenheim, which I've had various sets of coordinates for, and I've come looking for it a few times and gone all the way through all this heather and up and down Dale and everywhere right around this area. Nothing to be seen, because it's always been quite elusive, and I've never seen anybody actually found it. And then just in my meanderings at the top of this path there's a like a white gate, and now just milling around again, just sort of heading back to the path really, and there's a big crater just off to the right. I thought, oh, what's the chances? So I just popped my head over there, and stuff me, there's all this debris. Okay, found it then. We were literally next to the path, but on closer inspection it's not, unless it uses car suspension. Now how, we'll have a look in a minute when we get to it, see if it's all still here. But there's various debris and suspension and springs and like car wheels and all that sort of stuff. But why it's out here is a bit of a mystery, because there's no real vehicular access as such, and no reason to bring, you know, that sort of debris up here to dump. It's very random. I'll have a look. It's just at the top of this hill. There we are at the gate, and that might be it there. So just here is this bit of a crater, and sure enough, you look in there and think, oh, okay, found the bugger. But no, it's like a suspension spring and wheels and all sorts of crap. Certainly not an aircraft on closer inspection, but what it is I don't know, and why it's there, more the point, is a bit of a mystery. Anyway, that's that one. So that's the first wreck of the day, with a potential for 2 more depending on where I end up. But gotta make a decision here. There's a path that takes me through this farm, and then it takes me up onto, I think it's Bull Hill, and that takes me over to Redmires. But I think if I take this through these old quarry workings, I think that basically takes me around the side and intersects, which should bring me out to Whitestones, where there is a small debris pool of a Wellington bomber on Friars Ridge, which is over on the plain between here and Stanage. And the plan is to sort of divert off to that and then re-intersect this path allegedly. So we'll see again when we get there as to if I do that or not. And then head down to Redmires, go around, and then there's a keeper's cabin or a shooting cabin of sorts. A wee little bit of a reservoir at the side of it, which is quite photogenic. Should circumvent these farmers' fields and things and drop me out. In fact, there's somebody over there. Take me over towards Whitestones, which is over that way. I've never actually been on this way particularly, so there's a couple of new paths that I'm exploring really. Bit of a wind break. Don't need it today so far. Right, just come up that path, and the path now splits, so there's a path going that way, which I think will take me to like in between two of the reservoirs at Redmires. The one I want, I believe, is this one, which would take me over towards White Stones. I will just check before I get too carried away on it though. But this should put me on the far west of Redmires on the service road. Yeah, a little bit sloppy on the path. So I was potentially gonna just break off into that plain over there to pick up the Wellington bomber. But that coach you're looking at in a minute might not be too bad off at path into heather. It absorbs the water a bit more. But the path is certainly squidgy. Right, just on this path, set off from over at that plantation over there, come all over here up to that windbreak on the top of that hill along this path. If I continue along here, as I say, it's going to drop me out to the west end of Redmires Reservoir, so that's where I'm heading. But just 0.24 of a mile that away is the Wellington bomber wreck. So I'm just making a decision. The path is very, very wet and squidgy. I'm just wondering what it's like in the off-piste bit. I've got to go 1/4 mile off-piste and then 1/4 mile back, or a bit further that way to intersect this path, sort of thing. But in for a penny, in for a pound, I'll get an explore and see what it's like. So it's quite dry on here, to be fair. That's where it'll catch me out, mind you. Right, what we have here is the limited remains of a Wellington bomber. I've not got details to hand as to when it crashed or how else. I'll put it on screen. Well, that's it. That's all it is. You got Burbage Rocks car park, Higator in the distance, Carl Walk just sticking out there. That's the path up to Stanage, Cowperstone, Stanage South Trig, Stanage Edge. Over on that rise there is Stanage Pole. I've just come 1/4 mile off piste, just over there, off of that path. I've just got to either head back to that, or I've got to basically cut that way and intersect it rather than going there to go there. I'll go that way. And that is the very little debris, but more than some, of a Wellington bomber. I'll put the details of when it crashed and everything. I can't recall off the top of my head. Just take a quick photo and then hit the road jack. Who needs paths? Right, one imagines I'm back on the path. It's going right direction, so it'll do for now. Right, White Stones, bit of a sort of rock outcrop on the map, but nothing overly exciting, I don't think, really. Just a little field of smallish boulders. I want to try and shift any like. Yep, that's where we're heading. So there's 3 reservoirs of Redmires. This is the far westerly one, so we're going to go down to there to the service road. And normally what I do is follow it around the corner into a car park and up and over that ridge straight in front of us, and then follow it round to like a cabin, deserted cabin. But there is a path from the corner going left, so I might investigate that one and see if I can get into it that way, just as an optional route for future excursions. It'll be a bit shorter, I think, as well, so that might prove beneficial to have the option. And then on the way out, to go up some grouse butts, but what the path's like on that, I've never done that bit before, so it's a case of get that. That's the objective of the exercise, is to basically try and scout out these new paths, including this one. I've not done this one before, so it's all good. So normally there's something carved into them. SWW board post. Just out of curiosity, that's an ideal spot for something like a geocache. But not today. Right, onto the service road. I'll just come over that way, over White Stones. If I went up that way, we'd take me to Stanage Pole and Stanage Edge, about in the sort of middle. And this is the end of the service road around Redmires reservoirs. There's a car park. I'll just go through the car park and up a path at that end up there. It's supposed to be a path running to my left. There's a gate there. I'll see if it's got public access. No signs to the contrary. Ready for a sit down, a cup of tea and a sandwich. I'll try and push through to the cabin for that. Follow this path, and I believe once I get round this lump, it should curl down to my right, along a bit of a clough and stream what feeds this small reservoir at the side of the keeper's cabin. I'm now on Hallam Moor. I've got Brown Edge off to my right, a curlew flying about as well. I've not got a proper camera with me today. Usually in corners of these dry stone walls, in this case especially. Got a couple of little step outs to assist you over. There are little step outs as well. Something like that. There's the lunchtime location. So then I've got I normally come in from that side. First time I've come in from this angle, so that's a novelty. I've figured that one out. And now when I go out, I've got to get up to Stanage Edge, but I was planning on going up that side, but it looks like the path goes there, so I've got to come sort of back this side to go up, and I presume that'll take me. I'll have a look again closer shortly, but that's possibly the option out. First cabin. Germans. Inside the second section. Off now and find this path up to Stanage Edge, High Neb, Trig, and High Ridge. So, never been up here before. Just see chimney at cabin I've just come from. I could, I think, just see High Neb Trig. In fact, just see it now on the horizon. You won't see it on the GoPro. I'm fairly sure they're good, but they're not that good. Just approaching the bush shelter. No matter how long you wait, they'll never see a bus. Just a quick circuit to this, and then another 200 yards puts me onto Stanage Edge. And it's got to brake right slightly to get to High Neb Trig. And carry on a little bit further and drop down below it. Pick up the Vampire wreck. That's intersected Stanage North. So I'm going to go up here, trig point, 200 metres, and go back down that bottom path over yonder, up there, and then along Stanage South. High Neb Trig. And then I say along the bottom. Just make it a circular. And come to this sort of big rock face here, we're cut down the left. Stream, sort of streamlet running down. Can get quite muddy. But the Vampire, or very little of the Vampire, is at the base of this. Literally blink and walk straight past it. Alright, where are we? There you go. That there is all that's left of a de Havilland Vampire. Just on the low path below Stanage North. Let's head across here, probably 300-400 metres. The low path's done, so it's got to go this green lane bit now, 200 metres, and then brake right onto the top of Stanage South. You see on the horizon there's the bush shelter. So I came up over there to bush shelter, over the top to High Neb trig, carried on, dropped below to Vampire XE866, come along this base path, just come up this green lane. Drop down to Robin Hood's cave and drop down there, go along that plateau. It's just round the corner there. The one everybody else goes in is that one, but the real one's this one below me on my left. I ain't got time to go down though. Possibly see the opening from here. There basically. Goes all the way under this rock. You can get up from the bottom. I've never actually tried that way. I've given it a quick look at, but I've never actually climbed up. And then the one that basically everybody goes to is the easy access one, which takes you down here. You just have to climb over a couple of rocks and push onto the balcony. Right there, just go across that rock outcrop and push onto the front. But far too many climbers out to be faffing. I ain't got time. I'm a bit tight. I've got to basically get up to the trig point, and then I'm going to cut over to Cowperstone and onto the road. I've got to follow that road all the way around to that plantation on the horizon. I've got a bit of a way to go, and again, not much time to get there. Stanage South trig. Once round Burbage Bridge. And up the road now, 1.25 miles. I'm doing 1 step forward, 2 steps back mission. I've still got to get to the car. I'm running out of time. So what I've done, just back there, I've dumped my bag in the heather. Get rid of some of that weight, which should in theory speed me up getting back to the car, and then I can pick it up on the way through, obviously. Seat car park from here. 11.3 miles, 4 hours 55, and now I need to get a shift on. GoPro's just packed up on me, so that timed well. Gotta go back to the car, get in car, gotta go back 1/2 mile that way, pick my rucksack up in the heather, and get the hell out of here down to Chesterfield.